This is Darqun with A Letter from America. On New Year's Eve, the National Defense Appropriations Act, NDAA bill, was signed with Amendment 1031, which allows for the military detention of American citizens. It is worded in such a way that the military can hold any American citizen without due process. On the 13th of March, he also signed an executive order in which Section 201B was modified to read under both emergency and non-emergency conditions. This executive order expands upon a prior order from 1950 for disaster preparedness and gives the executive branch the power to control and allocate energy, production, transportation, food, and even water resources. The order is not restricted to wartime implementation, but allows the command and control of resources in peacetime. Without a legal definition of necessary for national defense, and the inclusion of the catch-all phrase of preparedness, the interpretation is wide open for government control. This relates back to A Letter from America, in which the government controls its own wages. In this case, the government can seize control of assets when appropriate, as they, themselves, determine as appropriate. So much for the American system of checks and balances. This is not new. This is a continuation of bills that hinder and threaten the rights of all individuals, to include the National Preparedness Act of 1976 and the Patriot Act. These acts are of the same lines as those used by Mayo and Lenin to include the manipulative bloating of the egos of the working class and others that refuse to dwell into actual issues and causes. In our current state of emergency, which was set forth by President Bush and perpetually extended by President Obama, we have allowed our government to continuously empower itself to prepare for an emergency, all the while being in an emergency status. The states are slowly becoming a country in a state of martial law. The Mayan calendar, written by ancient astronomers and scholars, might state that the world is to come to an end on the 21st of December this year. However, the Mayhem calendar, written by modern dictators and liars, just might state the end of freedom, life as we know it, the world as it is, has already begun. The war for the presidency of the United States of America has begun. President Obama will ride around in his Canadian-built bulletproof bus and focus on rousing the common man, the working class, and those that will not look beyond the words spoken to him. Most will applaud the words and support the movement, never realizing that they are repeating the same history that has occurred many times in many civilizations, and not limited to those of the distant past. Civilizations rise and civilizations fall. History is full of booming cities and countries that eventually crumble due to their own arrogance. Beware, governments, for the more you tighten your grip, the more that will slip through your fingers. Sometimes the catalyst is well known, sometimes it's anonymous, and sometimes it is itself. This has been A Letter from America, over and out. A Letter from America is first heard each Thursday, with recent replays available on Shining Stars Radio, with older shows soon to be available and archived on the internet.
Tach, tach, tach,